Hey, what's up everyone? I'm Jack with Sioux Falls Dent Repair. Just wanted to, sorry, I gotta turn off the notifications here, else the phone will be buzzing the whole time. So I'm gonna kind of go ahead and continue on with the hail damage and hail rod specific style tools and stuff like that. I know I chatted a lot about yesterday about, some of the accessories, using the carbon tech rod, the carbon fiber rod, all that kind of stuff. But today I want to actually chat with you about the leverage devices that we use specifically for hail damage. So basically, I know a lot of people follow up with that, as far as how do you get leverage to get that big, like this big hail rod, how the heck are you pushing anything with that? And what are you leveraging? What are you using to basically kind of push off of? So what we're actually going to be showing you here today is some of the holding devices inside the doors here. So like this piece here, so I'm going to try to get the camera to hold itself. All right, so this right here is called like a crossbar. Essentially, this is actually available from A1. Last time I checked, they were about 75 bucks or whatnot, so don't worry about the tools in here. This is my own truck, so it's not like a customer's car. I got tools just hanging out in, but how this actually works here, so it's a bar, and then these are basically, well, kind of actually essentially knockdowns, but they actually go in all these different little spots, so I can adjust how far I want this to hang down in a panel. So it's literally just a strap with a bunch of slots in it, and I could put this little Delrin knockdown, essentially what it is, in any of these holes to kind of adjust the up and down level as far as this rod. So, why would you want to do that? Well, a lot of times the trucks and stuff like that, like this is a GMC, they've got a big opening here, and the upper door frame is actually real thick and wide, whereas like a Honda Civic, it's, real thin and shallow and whatnot, or real thin. So obviously you can tighten up this tool and get it adjusted. But what this actually does is it shuts in the door frame. So you open the door, pinch it in. I'm going to show you in a second here. Pinch it in between the door and the car frame, and then it actually holds and allows you to use a hail rod off of it. So what you do, like I said, open the door, lower this down in between, and then just shut the door. And now I've got, see how this will not pull through? So these little knockdowns essentially allow this strap not to pull down through the door frame. So it's solid as a rock. I mean, I can sit here and hang off this, and it's never going to create a problem. And then from there, again, I got the headliner in this, so it's not really a real good example. But then from there, I can take this tool and leverage off of this spot here. So there you go. So that's actually how we gain access or are able to push on hail dents from the side. So from a vehicle door frame and whatnot, that's how we're able to actually do that. So basically I would be up on a quick bench of some kind. Oops. Up on a stool of some kind, stepping up on it, and then I would be up here basically like this, pushing up hail dents and stuff like that. Man, I really need a camera guy. So, so anyways, and then as far as other options we've got, actually, this is a strap from, let's see if we can get this. This is a strap actually from Tech Pdr, so the same company that makes this hail rod here. They sell their own straps. So obviously, as you can see, this one here, it's real nice and wide. It's got, you can get a tool. It's got all these little provisions for now obviously this doesn't work on a carbon tech rod, but the other type of hail rods and the smaller rods, they'll actually sit in these little notches. So it kind of helps lock the rod in. So, and I know when the carbon tech rod first came out, people were like, oh, do I really want to pry my carbon fiber rod on this? I don't want it to break. Man, you're not going to have a problem. I mean, I've used this for years with that carbon tech rod. I mean, geez, what, 4 or 5 years, something like that, since it came out almost. And I've never had a problem. So putting extreme pressure on these little ribs or whatever you want to call them, little divots, not going to cause a problem. And right now, actually, I know that they actually have better, well, nothing wrong with that one, but they've got a little bit nicer style ones now. I know like Endeavor makes a really, really nice one, and I mean the A1 for, I think it was like 75 bucks. It's really hard to beat for what the price is of it. So Anyway, so this is a different style strap that obviously still locks inside the door. Same general concept, but it allows you to stick the hail rod in there. And then you can, basically what I'll do is, so I'll open the door frame, same thing, shut it in there. And I'll only shut the door sometimes on the first click. So it's got basically a second, there's a two-part latch to where it's like the door is actually shut and locked, or the door is just kind of latched and, you know, the door will still ding. It won't physically open, but it'll be detected as being open. And that allows me to actually slide this around and work damage. So I don't really use this. I do use it, but not a whole lot. I preferably like to use the bigger one here, just because it's got more, you know, I'm not sitting there having to adjust anything. It's like just throw it and go. And then the nice thing about it, with it being as wide as it is, I can actually put multiple different tools in here. So I could put this hail rod in here, and I could have another tool in here. Typically the headliner's down and stuff like that, so we've got kind of like a little, or it's removed, but you can set multiple tools in here and not have to physically work a tool out there, take it out, grab your other tool, put it in there. Like, you've got all these spots to kind of set tools on, so that also helps as well. So when you're trying to swap around tools and maybe use you know, this hail rod for one thing, but then you need a real sharp tip on a double bend or something, you know, whatever, some other type of tool, it works out really, really well. So that kind of allows us to get access to hoods and whatnot, or not hoods. It's too early, I need some more coffee. That allows us to get access to roofs really well. But the next question comes is, a lot of people always ask us as far as, how do you get access to, how about the back of SUVs? So on here, with the back of SUVs, what we've got, we call I think it's called a gutter hook is what a lot of people call them. That's what I call them. But this one was actually from, I think it was PDR Finesse. So, I mean, another just extremely good, strong, great tool. And what this does is this actually loops on the back of the lifting assembly. So right there where you're, now never mind the dirt, but it'll actually physically set in there and lock in, and now you've got all this prying motion. And then the same thing, you know, you've got some adjustment there. You can kind of move around the tool and whatnot. Another nice thing about that, flip the camera around here. You would think after 30, 40, I don't know, whatever, how many days I've been doing these live videos, I get this figured out a little bit, but you know, it's a learning curve. So the nice thing about this though too is that it's got extra area there, so I can have tools sitting in that as well. Kind of same thing with the door. I could have a double bend tool or something like that in there, as well as have a carbon tech rod and be pushing away and not have a problem. And then basically this is kind of the smaller version. I think, I don't even remember where the heck I got this, but kind of the same similar thing, hooks on the edge. Obviously I think the carbon tech rod will fit. It just barely fits in there. I don't really use this for the carbon tech rod though. More so it's for like double bends and the smaller like 1/2 inch, 5/8, 9/16 rods and stuff like that. It works really well. So anyway, so hopefully that kind of clears up some of the questions I've had on some of the hail rods and stuff like that, and getting leverage and stuff like that. I did want to say one thing that I actually didn't talk about with the carbon tech. You can actually get a Edgy Tools sells with a collaboration of Carbon Tech, so it's backwards, but whatever. An actual edgy hanger kind of style adapter to put in this. So what you can do then is actually use this tool. So this would be good on like hoods or sometimes maybe lift gates. I mean, I've used it on roofs before where, you know, if you get a vehicle that has no upper door frame, so like a Mustang, a Dodge Challenger. I know that I've actually used this on a Challenger. You could actually hook into the, up where the upper pillars would be, so like around the roof area, you can hook this into a hole, and now you have access with a carbon tech tool or carbon tech rod, or any rod for that matter. It'll fit in here. Every rod basically will fit in here. That allows you to get access to it, and then to have a leveraging point if your vehicle doesn't have the upper door frame or is considered a full frame door for that matter. So anyways, if you got any questions on this, feel free to go ahead and reach out to me. Leave some questions down in the comments. If you need any kind of dent repair or want to just chat about dents, give me a call, 605-250-1023. You can also visit our website at SiouxFallsDentRepair.com. So this is I finally made it, guys. I know some of you guys are still watching, and some of you guys will continue to watch. This is the 30th straight day of PDR 30. So I'm on the last day. That's a really big accomplishment for me. I know it's just a personal choice, but if you guys have been following along, I've been doing daily videos and multiple different social media platform updates every single day, and I've got a certain criteria of things that I have to do every single day. So I was actually able to successfully do that for 30 days. I know it sounds, without getting into it, it doesn't sound that hard, but it's a lot harder than it is. So anyways, I'm ready to get out of here. Hopefully that's enough for tools and stuff like that for a little bit. We'll see you guys on the next video here coming up. And, you know, it's Friday. Happy Friday. Have a great weekend, everyone. Take care.